when they listen to Irie. Everybody love Irie FM.
Good day. Listen to Ras Malikat. This is the Stepping Razor, the art of war. We're there with you next Thursday. Why you know all the people them who go through the serious storm in St. Anna yesterday, may I tell you. Serious. We think, you know, it's me a rainy month, but we'll get some rain earlier. We think the rain is done, but come like it ready if it just a come. And now me done, you know, everything get topsy-turvy. Everything get topsy-turvy. This is Kelisa. Topsy-turvy. Here goes. Where were they? All right. I guess over there.
Yes, let Jah arise and all his enemies keep. Trotting over Zion.
Youth. New Palestine. I'm going to go on nice with them music there, you know. Lad. Why you know all the ones them out there who tune in to the Stepping Razor religiously. So things are going on in the system here. We say the IMF endorse Mr. Shah financial thing for the year. See them endorse it and them feel proud. Them feel very proud. See my like true word at the opposition finance minister, Mr. Phillips there. Very proud. Now, me really have to say this again because me really I try to figure it out. I try to figure it out because anytime a minister say or a head of police force say that major crimes is down but murder is up, what he mean when he say that? I am totally oblivious. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand the phrase major crime because I did think the murder was a major crime. But when I hear them say major crimes are down, but murder is up, can someone please call me and tell me what is it that they are talking? I plead. What I'm calling it now, I am totally not understanding it, and I mean genuinely, I'm not chewing no word or mocking nobody. I genuinely don't understand when the ministers or the police force say crime major. Not them long don't say crime is down, you know. That's not what them say. Major crime is down, but murder is up. So, something wrong with my head. Something definitely wrong with my head. Last week I said the same thing, and then every time I left here, something else happened. So, no follow up. I don't get to follow up in certain things. You understand? But I really need to find that out. The next thing I need to find out, which I found it out last week, I asked the question about land and crown land. Crown land represents our former colonial masters, our mistress, the Queen of England, or the throne of England. They swear to the Queen and her successors. My question was, even though we claim independence from the Queen, yet still having the residue of the Queen in the person of our representative, the Governor General. Given that there are no mining, we could have got the mining, given that most of the highway, they're on crown land. The Chinese, them trespass on crown land with the permission of the farmer slaves and build a highway. Now I am totally loving the highway. But suppose the Queen dead and Prince Philip, Prince Charles. Anyway, our successor become king. Technically, we're not saying it's going to happen, but A whole heap of things up on the books when not happen, but it's still illegal and still. And when it come up now, you hear people say this and people say that. It's like you don't hear people I get charged. Nobody going at somebody's house and see them have sex and charge them for buggery. You hardly hear that. It's usually a little brave guy come out the road with them things and go on like say him not care. But I've never really heard police raid a house yet and find a man and him woman in the house and charge them for buggery. Or two man for that matter. But technically, can the successor of Queen Elizabeth say, look you know, when you find gold upon the crown land, is my land. Is my land. Even though we know that the government mining of gold is representing the people's interests, supposed to. Now a lawyer say to me that him don't think say that is that going to happen because you know the Queen don't let go Jamaica already. So we think if the Queen don't let go Jamaica, why we no want to let her go? Why we still have Governor General? Why is the Governor General sitting in such a big house with so much land with ackee tree where people climb and pick ackee and fight him get a 3 months for a dozen ackee? Why is it that all of that land will stretch between Hope Road and Barbican there? Why them not plant it out or build a prison upon it since we have one new prison? Maybe the Prime Minister of England should use up some of the Queen land and build the prison there. We don't know. What do you think? But the lawyer tell me say it is possible because technically, and technically is the word here. Technically, the crown can claim rights to what is on our land or what is on their land, but practically it not going to happen. That is what the lawyer tell me. Practically it not going to happen. Them not going to come say, watch, I want to find gold for my land. You know, long me I look for gold. That is why Columbus, my friend from Spain, did come here. I look gold and him never find none really. I know no find gold and now me want Jamaica. Give me back my land. With my tea from Darawak, Indian, or whatsoever I want to call them. So, that is really technically depressing. That is technically depressing if the Queen and her successors can now reclaim. I don't know because we see America going to Iraq and bomb up the place. We see America going to Afghanistan, chase out the Taliban. Now the Taliban come forward stronger than ever. Them just kill the leader the other day and then couple days after them elect another leader. We say Osama bin Laden's son rise up now. Yes, for those of you who don't hear, Osama bin Laden's son is being trained to lead the Al-Qaeda group, you know. Yes, young son. So we see all of these things happening, that big countries always manipulate politically the social and cultural and religious aspect of the countries that is deemed to be so-called underdogs. So when we are look on thing now and I say, why them think they long are gone, them think they gone a long time, you know. Them think they not happen again. Yeah, them think they not happen again. If them ever find out, say, Jamaica I get too presumptuous in a certain things, watch and see. It's like how them did find out so we get presumptuous and I use all reggae music to really heal the minds of the oppressed, and then all of a sudden we just see this little idiot thing come in what them call dance hall culture. And we're not showing us at the music, we are showing something at the culture now. Because it's the culture that identify the music itself. And dancehall come with a different kind of culture. That culture in most of its aspects, I would say most, we are talking about most now, is not what we did say necessary to heal the minds of the people, not only in Jamaica, but abroad. So maybe, dealing with conspiracies, maybe the rise of that culture is a conspiracy against the rise of militancy and really holistic temperament that the reggae music gave us. Maybe, I don't know. We just have put it out. Step in, Razor.
ABC Electrical Sales, total source for building materials. Delta, Eagle, Cutler, Hammer, Westinghouse, steel, cement, and much more. Plus free delivery island-wide. 754-371-425.
The time by ABC Electrical is...
Yeah, the time is 38 minutes past 2 o'clock.
Save like a bomb. Chopper, singer.
Nobody can beat this great offer from Singer. Get 90 days for cash when you shop at any Singer store today. You pay the cash price if you close your account in 90 days. No one else comes close to this amazing offer. Furniture, appliances, electronics, and more. Outfit your home the way you always dreamed of. With 90 days for cash only from Singer. Hurry to your nearest Singer store today. Offer ends soon.
Yes, you want a bomb. Chopper, singer. Save like a bomb. Chopper, singer.
It was the men's 100-meter final at the Olympic Games. Whoever won stood to make history. Who can say they witnessed the magic live? Who can? You can! Get a chance to win airfare, accommodation, and tickets to the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. Text FLOW brings you 2,000 hours of live, crystal clear HD, and the freedom to watch wherever, whenever, and on the go. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Did you know Yurtle design, long-lasting bristles, and advanced features promote better oral health? Remember, not all toothbrushes are the same, so don't wait any longer. Switch to Colgate today and take a step towards a healthier mouth.
Taste it, eat it, drink it, applaud it. The Jamaica Observer Food Awards, the Caribbean's premier food event, Thursday, May 26th, Devon House. Purchase your tickets at Signatures Boutique or Office Complex, Uncourt Limited, Northside Plaza, Susie's Baker and Coffee Bar, Southdale Plaza, Flirt Boutique, Manor Park, Fromage, Hillcrest Avenue, Misty's Kitchen, Oaktress, OMG Restaurant, Mandeville, Bright Life, Fairview Town Centre, and the offices of the Jamaica Observer in Kingston, Montego Bay, Mandeville, and Oaktress.
This is a Panadol Ultra Moment.
You see Molten all the Jamaican athletes live on track.
Top up with $200 or more. Or activate a 2-day data plan or higher for a chance to win a 10-day all-expense-paid trip for two to see the races in Brazil. You could be a weekly winner of a smart TV, smartphones, or free data. The higher the top up and the bigger the data plan, the more chances you get to win. Conditions apply. Text 68 to 1373 for more info. Proud partner of the Jamaica Olympic Association.
So where we're going for drinks, guys?
Somewhere where the vibe's nice.
And where the Heineken is at the right price. At Jay's.
Heineken, open your world. Must be 18 years or older to drink. Enjoy responsibly. See the press for details.
Just like Guinness Malay enough more. It's the national final of the Guinness Street Football Challenge 2016. Come crown the national champion as the best of the best. Go for a chance to represent Jamaica in St. Lucia. Come see performances by special guest artists and the Guinness Made of More dancers. All roads lead to Halfway Tree this Sunday, May 29. Lots of action, prizes, and surprises. It's all about the Made of
Melrose at 10 a.m. and Arnett Gardens go against Richmond Park at 2 p.m. Come out and support your teams as they back in bold innings for winnings. Sponsored by Sports Development Foundation, Let's Go MoneyGram, Let's Go Distributors, and Irie FM.
The 2016 UEFA Champions League comes to an epic finale on Saturday, May 28. Get in on the action as Real Madrid takes on Atletico Madrid. Place your bets and cash in on the winnings at any of our Supreme Ventures outlets in Crossroads, Acropolis Barbican, McMaster Plaza Portmore, and City Center Montego Bay. Just Bet, the premier betting game with the best odds and live betting. Bet, watch, and win with Just Bet. Your game, your passion.
Poons Smart Auto carries the best in truck and car tires, front end parts and rims, special promotion on truck tires, oil change free, filter service free, tire installation free. Poons Smart Auto, 23 Miriam Way, Montego Bay. Call 979-3101. Come to Poons.
Irie FM, I the lick that.
You hear?
Walters with the local and international headlines, brought to you by Manchester Co-op Credit Union, where service exceeds expectation. Tourism Minister Ed Bartlett says an additional $175 million is to be spent in Ochorea St. Anne to make the resort town more marketable and attractive to cruise ship and stopover visitors. Following a recent tour of the area, Mr. Bartlett said the town will be given a makeover. Some $400 million had already been allocated for the town, some of which was spent on rehabilitating the Ochorea's cruise ship terminal and the sidewalks from the pier leading onto Main Street. Mr. Bartlett said it is time to embark on phase 2 of the project, which will see work on a walkway leading from the cruise ship pier into the town of Ochoreas. The project will be funded by the Tourism Enhancement Fund, TEF, and the Port Authority of Jamaica. Thieves struck the quiet farming community of Harrisontown in St. Anne on Tuesday, stealing a goat, pig, and farm produce. The startling discovery was made by farmers early Wednesday morning. The elderly farmers expressed dismay and anger when they realized that they had taken place, stating it was hard work for thieves to reap what one sows. Several residents in the community also expressed shock at the news. The matter has been reported to the police. In news overseas, the U.S. Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump has reached the number of delegates needed to secure the party's presidential nomination. In North Dakota on Thursday, he thanked 15 unbound delegates from the state, who he said got us right over the top. He defeated 16 other Republican contenders, and according to the Associated Associated Press, he has 1,238 delegates, one more than needed. Republicans will finalize their nomination at a convention in July. When Mr. Trump has the required amount of delegates, his nomination by the divided Republican Party is not yet secured. Finally, the mastermind of the 2010 bomb attacks in Uganda's capital, Kampala, which killed 74 people, has been found guilty of terrorism. The Ugandan was one of 7 to be convicted on this charge. The Somalia-based Islamist militant group Al-Shabaab said it was behind the bombings, which happened during a screening of the World Cup final. This is thought to be the first major conviction of Al-Shabaab suspects outside Somalia. Those were the local and international headlines brought to you by Manchester Co-op Credit Union, where service exceeds expectation. Major news is next at 5:45. From the RFM Newsroom, I'm Patrice Walters.
Good afternoon, I'm Evan Hewitt with RFM Sports on the Ball. CONCACAF today announced Felipe Mogillo as the new General Secretary. He was appointed to the post on June 13. Mogillo previously served as Senior Vice President and Managing Director of Latin America and the Caribbean at the National Basketball Association NBA, where he directed the expansion of the organization's business, including media distribution, marketing partnerships, events, and licensed merchandise, as well as the development of basketball growth initiatives in the region. In his role as General Secretary, Mogillo will act as the Chief Executive Officer of the Confederation, leading its daily business and operations. He succeeds the Confederation's Acting General Secretary, Ted Howard, who has served in this role since May of 2015. Michael Hector will be the last reggae boy to arrive in Chile for tomorrow's friendly international against the Copa America champions in Viña del Mar. He is scheduled to join the Reggae Boy squad tomorrow, ahead of the game which gets underway at 6:30 p.m. Jamaica time. A total of 19 players are now assembled in Chile, getting ready for their final training session this afternoon at 5, following the arrival this morning of Joby McAnuff, Clayton Donaldson, Ryan Thompson, Gareth McCleary, Lee Williamson, and Adrian Mariappa. Team manager Roy Simpson spoke with IRFM Sports.
We play football for the people, and this game against Chile will be dedicated to them for the results that we're not giving them consistently in the World Cup qualifiers. So everything is in place. All the players who should have arrived from the UK, except Hector, who had some personal issues that he had to attend to, will arrive tomorrow morning. But 7 players arrived this morning, including Ryan Thompson from St. Louis.
Reggae Boys team manager Roy Simpson. Meanwhile, in the other pre-Copa Centenario warm-up matches tomorrow, Argentina faces Honduras in Buenos Aires, Costa Rica tackles Venezuela in San Jose, and Uruguay meet Trinidad and Tobago in Montevideo. Yesterday, the United States eked out a 1-0 win over Ecuador. Finally, in sports news, Spanish tennis star Rafael Nadal registered the 200th Grand Slam victory of his career with a crushing 6-3, 6-love, 6-3 win over Facundo Bagnis to advance to the third round of the French Open. Nadal, who is attempting to win a 10th title at Roland Garros, will play the winner of the second round tie between Marcel Granollers and Nicolas Mahut. The Spaniard says he's happy with how he has played.
Today, after difficult 3 first games, then I think I played a solid match with not many mistakes and having the control of the situation most of the time. So I need to keep playing.
After the all-time drummer, third world, you know, if I'm not mistaken, Chelsea Stewart, Willis Stewart, daughter, I think so. But yeah, I find a whole heap of acoustic music I make. Not so harsh to the mind and the brain. yeah, not so harsh to the mind and the brain. It's just easy. We need some of them kind of easy this day. Because the brains now kind of get away, you know, believe you me. We get away. Our brains kind of get warped, very warped. And how we look on life, you know. Maybe what I would like young people, because them music that we play are young people. Young people make the music them that way there, and the acoustic thing sound away. It's so nice. But why listen up? Why every time we start talking something else, you know? Every time we start talking something else. It come like go on like last week again. Alright, anyway, listen up. The special pot draw is up next.
I work hard and I have a family that needs
5 p.m. for another chance to win in top draw dollars. Pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, and cash pot draws. Okay. Alright, so we want to get to the vegetable of the matter, you know. We have a vegetable of a matter we're going to deal with now. You know, we are listening to my dearly beloved sister in Cabo Mahat Heru the other morning. And she brought up the subject of how we react, and it has been going on for years, how we react to when people dead in a Jamaica as opposed to when foreigners dead in a Jamaica. The latest one was the two what them call NGO, them call them, well, I could say NGO, who live in Jamaica and was doing some work, community work in a St. Mary. And the two dead spark the Minister of Security, Mr. Montague, to raise up a conversation in a Jamaica again about the death penalty. Now, a week before that, a policewoman was murdered. And even in that same week, a whole heap of murders was taking place in the western part of Jamaica. And ironically, we don't know why is it, and I'm serious about this thing, and I don't care. I don't know why is it that Bobby Montague name, the Minister of National Security, how is it that him just coming up power as Minister of National Security? And when him coming up power, the most gruesome murders start to happen. I mean, I say because him in a power, just like how film leaders say, anytime PNP in a power, the murder rate increase. But why I say to you, why I say to him and to all the people them who are listening right now, how is that since them coming up power, some very serious, gruesome murders take place? I mean, never hear Bobby Montague come out and say, you know something, we should have start but hanging, you know. And 2 white men dead from America. Just like how any ordinary Jamaican murdered in Jamaica was murdered. And right away, everybody polls start beating and I said, no, we have to find out this and, you know, we have to bring back murder now. And I have the Jamaican people talking again about hanging. Everybody are talking about hanging now. Hanging. Last year, hundreds of people, Jamaican people, was murdered. And we never hear them a ball out for hanging. And it wasn't a conversation on radio. Maybe because the other government nah look upon it as capital punishment. But we never hear Bobby Montague and none of the minister, the opposition at the time, ball out say, maybe the government should have stink on capital punishment. But, and if anybody out there can tell me, say, it's a lie me I tell. Tell me, say, it's not since the two. What that?
Yeah.
What that?
I think we did print it.
Oh, wait. Well, we hear some people are talking at different radio stations. I must zip. This the button there, but I didn't on. Well, I'm frightened. I feel, no, I swear, when somebody answer me, to me, I talk about this thing, I say, what, wait. Oh, somebody answer me so quick. All right, we could go back to the conversation. Bobby Montague and him JLP friend them, they sit down and hear the murder them are going in Jamaica. And Jamaican people are dead left to right. I mean, never hear the JLP government come out this year and say, make we start but again. And it might sound callous, but me gonna say it anyway. 2 white people dead in a Jamaica, and all of a sudden those 2 dead wipe out all the other death will take place since February the 25th. To the point where now Jamaican people are ball out say, yes, if you hang them, Wham to the murder of almost Jamaican where it take place from February to the point that these people dead. And nobody never did rile up like how them rile up the people them now. And Bobby Montague will rile up the people them about hanging. Then tell me something now. Wham to all of them people there. Oh, the justice system forsake. And the justice system never did really work out. You're going to tell me, say, you're going to start but hanging in a this justice system, yeah? Where you hang a man and you can't bring him back alive if you find out say him not guilty. And you hang a man, and 20 years after you see a man with no teeth on him veranda, with arthritis, stroke and everything, and I say, you know, say, I made it kill the man 30 years ago. What you going to do about it? We have to clean up the justice system before we talk about hanging. And as a matter of fact, we don't even know if hanging, some people you talk about, you have some little Bible people where ball out the Bible say. Him follow the Old Testament, you know, where them say, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Eye for eye, tooth for tooth, eye for eye, and the whole nation blind. Because everybody guilty of something. Because the same law where I tell you, say, you must hang a man if him kill somebody. The same law where I tell you, say, any child with disobeying parents must be stoned to death. Adulterers must be stoned to death. Yeah, them are told, look how much, you know, most men in Jamaica have another woman, and a whole heap of woman have next man. You hear anybody have stoned anybody to death or hang them? Then only I come bring some 5,000 year story if you come put it in this modern time, and if you come tell people about if a man murder a man, he must hang. Me not say the law say that he must do that, me can't go nothing about it. But you must have a just system. A system that is telling you that 70% the chances of you getting caught in Jamaica for murder is 70%. That means most murderers get away in a Jamaica. Now, how can most murderers get away in a Jamaica and you are ball out about to hang people? The chance that you were hang the wrong man, maybe it's 70%. It's just simple. Me don't know if it sound like me not have no sense, but the chance of you hanging the wrong man is 70%. Because the chances of a man murder and get away is 70%. And most of the time you go and go cut a man until you say him they do it. And some people who don't like him say yeah him. And you know have the sophisticated, it's like a so-called first world country, to dig deep into murders and investigation. But we hear the minister come out now and talk about hanging because them killed 2 white people. So tell me something now. The life them have Jamaican people is not the same life that flow through the 2 white man them mind or flesh. So we go back to Cabo now. Cabo Mahat Hero, my dearly beloved sister, was interviewing, and most people did not even, either them don't remember, I don't know, that 2 Africans from Africa was murdered in Jamaica, and no one takes sight of it. And when the police them go there, them say the man them a ganja smoker or whatsoever. If a man is a murderer and you catch him, he must be tried. If a man get murdered and you hear say him is a criminal because him smoke ganja, smuggle ganja, whatsoever him a smuggle, even if him is a scammer, if a man murder him, the murder must be investigated at its highest level. Because it's life we are dealing with. Life. One life, different manifestation of the flesh. One life. All of we have one life. But we just have different manifestation of the flesh. And sometimes in the environment, that the environment shape your position in life. So, we want to replay this interview that Cabo did with the people them who's involved with these two continental Africans who was murdered. So, I don't know how you're going to take it, because I find it very distressing. It's so distressing to me that I'd have to call Martha and say, Martha, look here, I need to play that back. Sunday morning, we know a big listenership, but you see now the day, yeah, we know without a doubt. Say, who never hear it Sunday morning will hear it now. And really, figure it out. Just figure it out. Figure it out. That these two men was murdered long before. Back with Montague. And you never hear nobody shout out about it. Never hear nobody shout about it. That's why we always vex. We as people who defend Africa and say, where Cabo say, we should take up a slogan in America, Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. We say all life matter, but in Jamaica we have to emphasize Black Lives Matter, because every time something happens in Jamaica to some tourists or some white people, you hear big things about it. But when somebody get murdered in the most vicious way, don't they so? Sometimes you hear about certain things, but sometimes it no matter. It no matter. So, because if we can work this out, you know.
Hide nothing from the masses of the people. Tell no lies. Expose lies whenever they are told. Mask no difficulties, mistakes, failures. Claim no easy victory.
You're inside of the Africa Forum. It is Running Africa and Black Lives Matter. Matter whether it's in Chibok in Nigeria, as we said earlier this morning, whether it's in Chicago, the USA, or Clay Ground here in Jamaica, or Westmoreland, the untimely and unexpected or unnecessary loss of life, any life, a black life in particular, is especially painful. It speaks to the genocide, the continuum of the Ma'afa. Jamaica now experiencing one of the highest murder rates in the world. Over 1,000 per year, for years in a row. And if you check the ethnic composition of those who are being murdered viciously, violently, brutally, they're black people in Jamaica, African people in Jamaica. We're seeing a divergent gaze from the church, from the state, from civil society, from the media. That is unacceptable. And we talked about critical reflection. We talk about looking within ourselves and asking, how did we get here and what can we do to change this? The outrage can't be all on the social media. The outrage can't be just for Caucasians or Chinese or the other. Entire generations. We've got about 3 generations here in Jamaica of black African children, the majority of the population, who are jaded or desensitized to viciousness, to murder, to crime, to killing, to scamming. What kind of society, what kind of nation are we building when on top of that, as leaders, the message we send to them is that the Caucasian life and the African life matters more than their lives. This is going to take leadership. This requires leadership. Not just talk,
Not just talk, but action. We are not what we say we are. We are what we do at the end of a day. We want to go to the phone lines. We want to go to the phone lines now to speak with Nikki. And I think we'll conference because we're so behind time. At the same time, Mrs. Lynch, just to refresh our memories because so much is not known, that in March 6th, the burnt remains of Prince Ohia and also 27-year-old Mofolomiso Odunfo, who's known as Chris, were found in a silver Nissan urban minibus in Ashton District in Westmoreland. Both men are Nigerian. Chris, the son of a pathologist here in Jamaica, a student at the UCC College, was studying information technology and subsidizing himself through farming, also selling fruits and vegetables to the hotels. And he was viciously murdered, brutally murdered. I have been in dialogue with his mom. Thank you so much, Jumoke, for putting us in touch. We have been in dialogue with his mom, and she is hurt. The pain she's feeling is more than she was even able to articulate, of course, and we feel her pain. Her husband, who, as I said before, is a pathologist here in Jamaica, has been getting the runaround, they tell me, and that the authorities have even, and they say the police, have been rude to them. But not only that, we don't talk about this. There is a judging of these two young men that is going on in the media, that is going on in the communities. That is ridiculous beyond measure. Because Jamaica has now gone and tried these two young men. They must have been involved in something. And regardless of the viciousness of the murder, it's okay? Is it okay that if your son is smoking ganja, and I'm not saying that they were, by the way, I'm just saying, but is it okay for them to be viciously and violently killed and burned to death, left on the wayside in Ashton in Westmoreland? Is it okay? And then we look at the couple. There's a couple in Bamboo in St. Anne in March also, viciously shot up in the dead of night, mercilessly slain. The wife is still alive, critically wounded, now overseas. Her husband, Edward Omoreshi, is dead. They are from Nigeria. Here in Jamaica is where they have made their home for the very longest time. We're joined on the phone lines by the girlfriend of one of the young men who was burned to death, left on the wayside, and by Nana Ama Emilia Marie Lynch, who's an activist, who's a continental African living here in Jamaica, married to a Jamaican. We know her also as Mama Aura. Nikki, good morning. Thank you so much for joining.
Yes, morning.
Nana Ama, thank you so much.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. And thank you, Anjumoki, and the strong women who have been ensuring that you're standing by the sides of these the survivors and the relatives, the wives and mothers and fathers of our brothers who were so viciously murdered here in Jamaica. I'm going to start with you, Nikki. First of all, my condolences to you and your family. The murder of Prince. Tell us a little bit about Prince. Who was Prince? He's from Nigeria, is he?
Yes, he's from Nigeria.
How did you meet him?
I meet him here in the community that I live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he come up here with a friend. Came up here with a friend and I meet him on the road.
Yes. And and you've been living together for how long?
12 years.
I know he came to Jamaica. He came to Jamaica because he heard so much about Jamaica and Jamaican music and just Jamaican society. He came and wanted to be part of this. He's actually, we say Prince because he actually is, isn't he?
Yes.
Tell me what happened on the day you heard that he was killed.
The Saturday I was here, me and him, and he got a call from the next Nigerian. That is March the 6th. That he cannot get any time. So through being I sell time, and the next Nigerian sell time, Prince told him that anytime he's going to country to buy time, is to link him up that he can get a drive from him. So when the next Nigerian called him the Saturday now and said, he can't get no time, and if he can come down and help him get some more time, Prince was happy to go car. He's glad for the drive and he didn't want to get some time for me.
Yes.
So he decided, like how he is already in the country, the other Nigerian is already in the country, he will meet him in Santa Cruz. That is what he told me. He's going to meet him the Sunday morning by 4 o'clock. He asked me to wake him up by 4 o'clock because he was a late waker. So normally if him to go somewhere early, he asked me to wake him up.
Yes.
So I wake him up the Sunday morning and he get ready and went there to meet the next Nigerian so it was them can buy time.
And then, when did you hear next about what happened?
It was like 3 weeks after, because Prince that person like this. So being, sometimes he has some virgin who will come and they'll go away together, like the farming and sometimes he gets paid for the work he does with them, and sometimes they will give him ground provision. So anytime he heard about some project also, he was willing to go with the next person. And sometimes they're up in the hills for weeks and no reception also. They was here growing coconut, banana and all those things. So most of the time he always do that. I said maybe it's just one of them things. It's just maybe gone off with one and friend him again.
When did you know that it was Prince who was burnt out? Did you know that he had died?
No, I did not see the news. People tell me that they see the news, but I did not see it.
So when did you know that it was him?
When I went to make a report, because I said at least he would have called. At least he would have called.
Yes.
And said something and try to turn up by the argument, and you understand, crime always come with some story. Even though he was a good person, anybody who knew Prince.
So that when you went to make the report, you heard.
Yeah, they told me that they found a Nigerian burn up in a van, an African burn up in a van, but they don't think it's him because it's one body. So then I said maybe it's not him.
So
and then the police told me again that our next officer come and told me that it was two bodies. And one is unidentified.
So who identified him as Prince?
I went and to the body.
Okay. That must have been.
And they take a DNA from my child.
Okay, because he has you have a child together.
We have two children together.
How old are they?
Hi, the oldest one is 11.
And I'm Joey Logano. We're making.
And the youngest one is 5.
A pit stop.
We have 3 children, but one died.
Remember to do your part for tire safety. Here's your checklist: pressure, alignment, rotations, and tread.
Wow.
Or
right.
just got tired of it.
As far he's not buried as yet, is he?
No. Reason being, I think the family they found out late that he died.
That's
the second found out late.
Yeah, so, that's a family in Nigeria?
Yeah. He was kind of slow in some way, so I'm just getting that the family is kind of the same way.
Yeah.
So I'm giving them time.
Yeah.
Maybe if they did not get in contact, we will have deal with it already.
Okay, so they
found out late. They are just processing everything.
Oh man, Mrs. Lynch,
and just deciding what to do.
Yeah, Nana Amma.
Yes, my dear.
Wow. All right. So you have been talking to both Mrs. Deborah Odunfo and her husband, and also to Nikki on this violent crime and the sad loss of their husband and son. What can you tell us about Chris? His name was Mofumlumi, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. What can you tell us about him?
Well, the two boys were just trying, their lives. They didn't want to be employed by people.
Yes.
So Prince has these children with Nikki, and he goes about buying things. How I know him, Prince came to my house. He was friends with my son. And, he was into this reggae music thing. And he was going to Buju's studio in and out. He's always in the studio with Buju. Then he came to my house with one of Buju's sons. Says, Mama, please, Buju says you should teach this boy some African customs.
Yeah.
That he wanted the boy to stay with me and go to school and learn the African way of life.
Yes.
So the boy was living with me in my house. And, as he said, I should teach the boy. So I started teaching the boy African customs and some African languages and, and Prince used to come to the house. Prince will go out, buy coconut, plantains, bananas, hustle.
Yes.
And the wife was selling pineapples and things like that. So all I know about Prince, he was a hard-working young man, who came to Jamaica to study the music, reggae, and to be busted here like you Jamaicans say.
Yeah.
But he wasn't busted. So he started selling foodstuffs, and you buy yams and things like that and go and sell.
Yes.
This is how I know Prince.
Yes, and Chris, we were expecting to speak with Mrs. Deborah Odunfo and Teo Odunfo this morning, but I'm assuming that it's probably a little bit too much for them, so we're not getting them right now. They were actually scheduled to be in the studio. So what can you tell us about Chris Odunfo?
Chris, he's a very, very hard-working young man. He was sent to England. He came back. He didn't want to work for anybody. So he started, his little business. A little farming, buying, pineapples and supplying the hotels. And he was helping himself to be an entrepreneur, a young entrepreneur, and he was succeeding. So I don't know why. I don't know why. I just don't know why they should, murder these two boys, so brutally. When I heard, I had to run down. I don't live in Kingston.
You know? It is really, it was shocking when we heard first, and it is still a shocking bit of news. And what is even more shocking on top of all of this is that there seems to be, the two young men seem to have been forgotten. That's the first thing. And do you know, you've been speaking with the mom, and you've been actively involved in this as an activist to ensure that there's justice for these two boys. What can you tell us about what we're hearing from the police, if anything, what we're hearing from the authorities? What do we know about the investigation so far? Have you heard anything?
I haven't heard nothing. I'm so, the Nigerian embassy have been trying their best as diplomats. They have to go through the diplomatic channels and everything. The police, I don't know what the police told the Nigerian embassy.
Oh, it's IGL Blue. When you need gas, you know what to do.
The time by IGL is
replay interview done on the Africa Forum by Cabo Maatero about two African brethren from Africa who was murdered, and we actually don't hear nothing more about that murder, those two Africans that was murdered. We have not heard anything really. Most people is the first time hear about it on the Cabo program. The first time hear about that. And it's a little while now. So we're going to go forward to this interview, yeah.
The police told the Nigerian embassy, And they are painting, what's his name? Prince, to be, I just don't know.
And the question is that regardless of what they are painting him to be, and we hear from both you and his wife just now about the kind of person he was. But I am saying, what does if so these two young men were brutally murdered? How can you, as a police, try them, even one, in your minds, convict them and sentence them without investigating this case and seeing justice for them? Is there no justice in Jamaica? And what does justice mean? And what does it look like? Is it to be burnt out in a van and left by the wayside? Yes, sorry.
Why nothing is being done? Nothing is being done for these two young men. Nothing. The police is not doing anything. Nobody has come to comfort the parents, And I mean, I don't even know what to say.
These are all very respectable people here in Jamaica. Nana Ama Lynch is a very respectable woman, very well known across the world. The wife, we're talking about Mrs. Deborah Odunfo, and her husband. Her husband is a pathologist. These people are not people who are in Jamaica just idling, laying by the wayside, living off a state. You're talking about
what I don't understand. The Odunfos are here. Mr. Odunfa is working here as a pathologist in this country. This boy, Prince, is a prince. He's a prince from Abia State. The father was a chief, half here. So I don't know. I just don't know. The mother is dead. The father is dead. The sister, I got in touch with the sister the other day. And everybody is very concerned that nothing is being done. And this boy is still here. He's not buried. And it's not easy. And with the rumor that he was into drugs, I don't know about that, and he's not here to defend himself. So I don't know.
And the question is,
I am here to defend him.
Yes, as Nikki.
Yeah, to defend him.
Right. So Nikki.
This boy has just 2 children. Who is going to look after the children? A year ago, if they come at my gate, a year ago, March last year, them burn up in van right at my gate. And them are going to tell me, say, it's countryman, drugs, come and burn my van at my gate I'm looking at right now. And all the police can do is laugh in his face and he go and report it. So maybe the country people then don't have nothing to do with this.
And you're hearing, you see,
right now I'm looking at the van burn up on my gate last year March, and this year March is just to me away point. Me just want him buried first. Me just want him body deal with first.
Nikki, what is the police saying to you?
When he go and report the van last year, then do nothing. Nothing.
What are they?
Nothing.
What are they saying now about the investigation about his murder?
I don't go to anybody yet. Because all I'm trying to do is get the body deal with first. If the family never gets involved, probably the embassy will help me and everything will deal with finally that we can investigate what really happened to
What are you in touch with the Nigerian High Commission?
I spoke to them when we just do the autopsy and they find out that it's him and everything. And they told me they will help me with anything until the people then get in touch with his family, and they are the one who is kind of holding up things.
Nana Ama, what now? What now? What are we? What do we want here? What's going to happen?
What we want is for Prince's body to be sent back to Nigeria with the white people. Then give Prince a fight. The people then give Prince a fight. Prince was a good person. Anybody who know him, yes. Maybe he smokes, yes. Me not say maybe. Anybody who know him knows that he smoked ganja. Yes, he was a ganja smoker, but he was a good person.
Like some,
all of my family can tell you that he was a good person.
If we were to burn everybody in a bus who smoked ganja in Jamaica, would be burning up more than half of the nation.
If he was doing drugs, him hardly have money. And me, every day I go out and work, he help me, he assist me to get me things them to sell. When do the drugs money, and he never show me like say, he never do nothing like when I say, woman involved, and a woman he do everything in care at the yard, everything. When every day, he try to make sure he use them have something to eat. When do the drugs money if he involved in a drug?
But, you know, there are two people in that vehicle. There are two young men who were burned to death. And how can you, in all good faith, just get up and say that you know, and this is why I'm talking about justice. We hear when the Nigerian missionaries were killed, there were a lot of rumors. The police did not listen to those rumors. They went ahead, and they're not listening to those rumors. They went ahead and they're doing their investigation. The Prime Minister turned up at the house of the widow. The Minister of National Security turned up at the house of the widow. The Tourism Minister made a speech. Everybody got on this. The private sector was up in arms. The church says this is a dark day in Jamaica, and Jamaica is heading to darkness. Now, regardless of whatever rumors we heard in the community. Now, and this is why, so why then the rumors that you put about one of these young men who was in the vehicle become the catalyst to stop the investigation? And regardless, there were two young men in that vehicle. Two young men lost their lives. Two young men were burned to death, murdered. Black Lives Matter. Mrs. Lynch, let me ask you, because when we spoke to Mrs. Odunfo, she said to us that her husband, the pathologist, have been calling the police day in, day out to get some information on where the investigation is. And she has said to us that they have even been rude to her husband. What can you tell us about that, about the investigation, if anything? Have you heard anything at all from the police? Have you yourself made a call?
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Can you tell me if the family got a call from the Minister of National Security or the Prime Minister or the Minister of Tourism?
Nothing. I have since spoken to the sister in Nigeria, the sister had sent some money to the undertaker. Somebody called Cyprus Funeral Services. She sent $1,200 for them to see what they can do. You know, I have to go to the funeral home. I've been trying to, locate the place, but I can't find the place. So I don't know. And
what do we hope to achieve? I know it's important to bring this to light. As an activist here in Jamaica, somebody who is very well respected in the Jamaican society, what are you saying to us this morning? What do you want the Jamaican people to take away from this, to think about, and to assist the families with?
What I want as an African Jamaican woman is for us, the country, we have to do some rituals here in Jamaica to cleanse our land. We have too much bloodshed here right now. That is what I want. And for Prince, proper investigation to be done. He came here to do reggae, and now he's dead in reggae land. Yeah. The Germans come, they get busted. Chinese come, they get busted. Japanese come, they get busted. And our own brother, same African, come. Yeah. And all he got was death, not busted. And laughter and jeer.
Laughter and jeer.
That was different. All you get is laughter and jeer. And again, I want his children to be looked after. That is what I want. Those two children. He had 3 children here. 1 died. And 2 are left. 11 and 5. They have to be looked after.
And I hear you about the need for atonement in Jamaica. I heard that call. We will pick up that call and we'll talk to you some more about it. Once again, our condolences to the Odunfa family, to you and Nikki, and the O'Hare family in Nigeria. We're going to stay on this story. We're going to ensure that we ourselves speak with the powers that be, the authorities. And we will be asking the questions. We need justice for these Africans, for our brothers. Black lives matter here in Jamaica.
Matter.
Thank you, Mrs.
But the country should not.
Yeah, may I tell you, that was a rebroadcast of an interview done by Cabo about the 2 Africans from Africa who was murdered, and it was so low-key that I am betting that most people who are listening now never know say that it take place. But I know that everybody know. So 2 foreigners died, murdered in a St. Mary. So we don't know. We don't know if we want a death penalty right now, because it's easy for a man to say no death penalty, until somebody for him personally and him really feel emotional, and him say, because more time hanging is a emotional thing by the state. It's not really something where get rid of anything or make people that commit murder no think say why them are going to get angry and not commit it. Most murder is an emotional thing. And not only that, you have some youth who say, oh, me kill you and go to prison, you know. Someone talk out the road. And them serious too. Them say, oh, don't worry, no most dead. Me kill you and go to prison. So, we really, and most countries, really, because they look at countries now who is what we call far-sighted, most countries really No, but them say, boy, no, we're not that again, you know. You see, because it don't really make no difference to the situation. Because the social and economical situation in our country, if the people's mind is not intact, then viciousness and criminality will persist. But in Jamaica, the most murder rate, Jamaica is the murder capital. And we really feel weird to say that because we know all foreign analysts this thing about Jamaica is the murder capital of the world. Never bridge that drive road with you know, and him say I come to Jamaica, everywhere I tell me about. He must say people tell him not to go there. And me I drive him go to the place. Me there I drive him say where this is on here. Me say why Tivoli this here. Say yeah. It's like Tivoli. You know so when me there I say him say over this on here. Me say change town. Say everywhere me drive him, it's like him get bummy. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. Jamaica is a wonderful place. And where them are sell the people this hog crap about 1930, place to live, work, and raise a family. Watch a man, most youth in a Jamaica want to get a visa for go America. The majority of youth who even, when we talk about all educated, we go university and them place there. We're supposed to come out and leave university now and start to be a part of the process to develop the economy socially, politically, and otherwise. For them interests is now that them are scout on them internet to see the possibilities of going into a job or another school or a college in America or Canada. They have no interest in Jamaica. No interest. And when you look at the people them who are govern the thing, you wonder if them people there no live in a Jamaica. Because when them can blatantly, when the Prime Minister last week can come tell you say the crime rate gone down 5%. Virgin, if 100 people are dead per month, 5% are 100, no 5. That means why you have make that pronouncement? Why you have say that? Because a man like me to aggravate more. Because if 100 people are dead and 5 people are dead, 5%, 100 people dead last month. And when you come this month, 95 people dead. You go back and say, see there, we are doing a good work, man, 5%. The murder rate has decreased by 5%. Who want to hear that? Who want to hear that? When we hear the doctor come and say, you know, we have put in place certain things and we see it working. We have tidal wave now. I don't know where they're going to have next tsunami. I mean, what is the hell is happening in Jamaica? What about tidal wave? Them have operation eradication. Them have kingfish. Them have, all sort of programs put in place. What are they doing that they aren't supposed to do and not doing? It's weird. They need some, what we call, them need some motivational speakers from countries that has had a problem, a crime problem, and has totally, we don't get rid of crime totally, but you can't get rid of crime to the point where, first time you hear a man get murdered, it's like blouse and skirt. You mean say they murder mass Tom and everybody in a Alabaloo. Nowadays, if a man in your area and they murder a man at Westmoreland, you say, right, to the next camera again. And damn right. And then tomorrow you hear next murder. It's like we become hardened. When we hear about that, no, it not affect we anymore. Unless it's too foreigner. It not have no effect unless it's a personal relationship of ours. Where is the woman in my Bible? Lord, them kill my son. You know how much son dead in a Jamaica? Because me I go feel a way hardened. if somebody for me get murdered. As a matter of fact, me know I'm a brethren and my friend them are just dead and them not get murdered and me feel away, much less. But that is a thing, that is a normal thing now. We hear them a side up with America now for prevent things from entering America. Why to the gun them will left America, go through Haiti and come here so? Or me not hear them a sit down with the government. Me not hear no report. Because we get report about them and talk about how to stop drugs from entering America. Why to the gun them will enter Jamaica? Or we not hear them a sit down with the minister, the government in America and I say, look you know, we really have a gun problem in Jamaica and most of the gun them in Jamaica are yes so they come from America. What can you not do for us? Because we always want them, we always try to do things for them. We are export with best food to them. Our best educated and more advanced people is leaving Jamaica to go to them. Most of us want to visa to go to them. What can they do for us? One of the things they can do for us is figure out how them going to stop the whole heap of gun them. We are left America, go through Haiti if it come down here so. All we are here about drugs for guns. I hear them talk about them limited, you know, drugs for guns between Jamaica and Haiti. Jamaica and Haiti have a thing a go on. Drugs for guns, guns for drugs. Where is the root? Haiti is the branch. Haiti is a via. You're going via this route from America because you can't come straight from America to Jamaica with it. You find a little simple way. You say, all right, I could go through 80. And a man have a couple pounds of ganja here, so him say, all right, we're going to trade it for it. So how the gun them reach at 80? It's the borders of America that is poor us, that is making these things happen. Well, we have to know, things is a conspiracy. That them are all them border. You know how much people are get left in a airport of America right now? The airport is in shambles because them are screen everybody now because them don't want certain things coming at them country. So when you reach it from them border now, I mean like hours, you stand up in all the line, you have a flight and nowadays when we are travel, we ask the people them say, look here, make sure say the in-between flight them is all 4 or 5 hours, you know. Because usually there was a time when a man tell me, say, boy, I have to wait in the airport 4 hours, 5 hours. I'm vexed, you know. Nowadays, a man tell me, say, I have to wait in the airport 4 or 5 hours. I think, say, well, it's going to take me 3 hours to go through the immigration. And then when you reach a customs now, you have to go check your baggage. They have to figure out your baggage. They have some things, you know, where unbelievable. Them say 70,000 people. Yeah, let's tell me, I say, 70,000 people missed them flight the other day. And that is about in a week. 70,000 people because of the stringent measures that America is taking to prevent certain people from coming at them country. Then all them are against Obama, all them are against Trump. So when Trump say, well, ease off certain little things until we figure it out. Them are do what Trump say, but I go like they not do what Trump say. Them are ease off certain things until they can figure it out. And what them do now is make it more difficult for you to go in America. Then it's so difficult for going to America, but the gun them so easy to come to Jamaica through 80 from America. What we are do about that? What the government of Jamaica are do about that? I true we ball out the other day, so how them are treat Trinidadians, you know. Why them run go down at Trinidad and you hear dialogue go on between Trinidad and now we hear the Trinidad and say, all right, here what we're going to do now. We're going to have a program where we train the immigration people them easier, better. We're going to do this, do that, and them lay out certain things. And because the people them ball out, the people them at Jamaica say, look here, hey government, you better go fix that, you know, because watch ya, you can't tell me say 12 people are going through Trinidad airport and the 12 of them guilty or something. What kind of madness that? I mean, we can understand 2 people, 3 people get car, but 12 people go up on a plane, and none of them don't know one another. And you have to say when they reach at Trinidad, them get turned back, the 12 of them, because them are try. There's a thing named free trade, you know. There's a CARICOM thing where them have, you know, that you don't stop people from the CARICOM to go work in the next country. That is a thing with them set up with themselves. Now 12 people left, then you have at least 10. And them are putting that, and the people them ball out. And the Jamaican government say, alright, we are going to fix this thing, because here people all ball out about make us ban Trinidadian goods we are coming. So we don't want that happening now. Because Trinidad is one of our serious partners in this and partners in that. And guess what? The Trinidadian government, after the Jamaican government talk to them, the Trinidadian them say, alright, here we are going to do. We're going to have training for the immigration. We're going to put certain things that if anybody get turned back, them can have a decent place to stay until the next flight, them can come out. All of them things they put in place because the government ball out. So what it is that them afraid of a ball out about America? Why is it that them can't go to America and ball out? Because we have some little, where we are? We are little feces in the scheme of the thing. Where we can't say nothing to the great big bad America. You know what I start to say? I start to say, today, in this modern time here, David would have still killed Goliath. David, this little feed little youth, according to the story. I start to say, even at this time here, with all the things we are going on, David would have still killed Goliath. So you know. No, man, I don't go on like the big bad America, or you can't talk to the America. We are talking about the interests of Jamaican people, and most of the crime them and the terrible thing them we are going on is gun. Wickeder than the Wild West. And when man get shot, people ball out. But the government, whether the PNP government or GLP government, is doing nothing to curtail the gun that is coming into Jamaica. Them curtail everything we are come out of Jamaica. How much I hear them find how much ganja, how much cocaine we are left, how much people are going through airport with cocaine in them bag, how much kilo of cocaine. How much I hear to them catch a boatload of gun we are coming to Jamaica from America. There must be something going on between America, Haiti, and Trinidad and Jamaica. It's a simple click it. Put up a thing on the accidentally I was looking for it, you know. But you know, sometimes when you go for one thing, it leads to the next thing. But it's really the strange thing about YouTube. That's why people have to beware of where them put up on it, you know, because sometimes, you know, your intention is not to look for something where you don't know about. But what you know about, you look for, and then it leads to something where you don't know about. So we find something where we never know about. A little sister talk, and the talking was very, to me personally, it was very interesting and inspiring, considering of what we was talking about 2 weeks ago, as it related to the music. It just go right into what we did I say, and given that I never even know why she was saying what she was saying until I really realized, oh, it's that she talk about. So, in a few, we're going to play the little sister argument. And you're going to find it very interesting, because I find it very interesting. And I know if I find it very interesting, more than likely I'll Neil will find it very interesting. So, we want to tell you that we're going to play it, but we want to do this first. This is the stepping razor, the art of war. Yes. All right, make us figure out this. Figure it out. We have. All right, make us play this tune now. Because we need to hear this tune again, you know. We need to hear this tune again. We're going to play this tune now.